Hello, AMS family. Today I'm going to walk through how to add your own answer keys to DMAC so that you can use the DMAC student response system. So I'm going to click on my DMAC Solutions tab up here that I've saved. So if you haven't done that, go to DMAC Solutions. I'm going to sign in. So I click on Educator and I'll put my login in. And then I have the screen that looks like this. So I'm going to TEAC score. And across the top, you see I have several options: home, test keys, test forms, scanning, documents, reports. So under test keys, I'm going to select new because I'm putting a new test key in. And the test key that I'm going to enter in today is a science test key. So under subject, I'm clicking on science. And it's for 7th grade, so I'm going to select 7 for grade. Version, now this is the test number that is unique, so we need to make sure we do this correctly. So I'm going to click on the magnifying glass, and for the paper scantrons, for the plain paper scantrons that we're using, or the online response system, we are using here at AMS numbers 90 through 100. We could go higher if we need to, but we need to use nothing below 90. So you can see for the first 3-week checkpoint here, it's showing that number 090 or 90 was used. So I'm going to pick 91 as the next number that I'm going to use for the second checkpoint. And that's what I'm going to put in the version. So depending on what checkpoint you're doing, you may pick 91, 92, 93. And then for language, it's in English, so I'm going to leave that in English. The date, I'm just leaving as today's date. The standard, I'm going to leave at 70, but that can be changed later, as well as anything else we have already put in here. And I'm going to name this the second 3-week checkpoint, and for 7th, science. Maybe. I can type today. And click Save. So we've just done the header, and you can see here it has all of our information. Now we're going to go to content. So you're going to click the content button. I'm going to select science for my subject, and I'm going to select science grade 7 for the course. It's really important that you pick the right grade level here because your TEACs will be automatically populated for you, so you want to make sure that you have the right TEACs, so make sure you have the right grade level. And once you hit save, you will see down here that you have your subject and the grade level. Now I'm going to select key. And on this particular test item, there are 23 items. So I'm going to type in 23 and hit apply. So items is the number of questions that are on your test. This is not dual coded, so I'm not going to have to select that right now. So I'm going to click on the responses and start entering the answers. Now on this page, there are true-false questions. So A would be true and B would be false. So I'm just going to put these in and then go on to my normal A, B, C, D. Now, if you make a mistake, you can always change it later. The one thing that you can't change once you set this is the number of items. All right, now I want to go in and I want to make sure the TEACs match up. So I click on this TEKS box, and now I'm going to use the TEKS that are listed here. All right. And once I'm done, I'm going to click Save over here on the right-hand side. All right, so my key is entered. So I can go back up to the top where it says Test Keys. And when I click on that, it brings me to this wonderful page. I'm going to click Science because that's the test I just entered. And you can see here the past tests. So these were the first 3-week checkpoints. And the one that I entered, the most recent, is on top. What? All right. I'm not sure where I was because I was interrupted, but we'll get back to this. So you see at the top here is the science second 3-week checkpoint. So now I have to either broadcast it. So if I click on this little guy, it will allow me to enable the online student response so the students can use their Chromebook. So this ID number is unique to my test. So this is a number I would write on the board and have the students use when they're going in to take the science test. So that's one option. The other option is the plain paper scanning, which you can also use at the same time. So, but you have to first approve the plain paper scanning. So right here is the plain paper form button. If you click on this, it's going to show you what the Scantron looks like. So I like it a little bigger, so I'm going to make it 11 points, and everything seems to fall into place. So I have to click the approve button here. So once I click approve, you cannot add or remove any more test items. You cannot change an item's type, multiple choice, rubric, or numeric. You can't change a rubric's range. You can't change a numeric item's format. So be cautious. If you hit approve, then you need to be ready to approve that. So I'm going to click continue because I'm ready to approve it. And now my plain paper has a check mark. If you see up here in the upper right-hand corner, my document has a check mark. So I'm going to go back to test keys and list so you can see that it also has a check mark here. So now it's ready to be done. So if you want to just do it online, you're ready to go. The kids can go ahead and sign in and use that ID number. But if you want to scan or to have the Scantrons printed, you're going to now need to go and run those. So you'll click on Test Forms, and you'll click on your name. And I'm going to just use Coach Duncan for an example here. His grade is 7th grade. Now, if you have more than one grade in your classes, you'll have to select those multiple grades.